Normally, I would say whatever floats your boat. But I'm really not interested in your little cowboy games. I hope you realize that being tied to a railroad track is only scary when there is a possibility that a train will be coming down the line. Oh, and FYI, I'm going to need to use the ladies' room.
Congratulations, Abby. You have successfully signed up to my website. You will be receiving an email notification with a link that will enable you to see what I see when I go live behind enemy lines for my upcoming documentary on the rebuilding of Rome project that will be released in the coming months.
Yes, I'm already browsing the homepage. Interview with an alien looks interesting.
Well, now that I've rescued Buddy from the cowboy cult and secured our POW, I had better get back to the hippie squatter camp for the Cowboy Council meeting to advocate for a hostage exchange. Buddy, you've been through quite an ordeal. It's probably best if you hang back here at the hot dog bunker with the freedom lovers. Captain, I'll leave Buddy's deprogramming in your hands. Oh, almost forgot. I've got it on good authority that the King of the Cowboys has arranged an interview with some hotshot online news jockey for some documentary he's working on. The website is behind a paywall, but you might want to tune in if you can find the live feed on the interweb.
That's when I decided to convert to Buddhism and give that a go for a while and, see if I like it.
Siri, can you check to see if there's any update on the story about the revolting people at the disco party?
You're sure, Guy? I was just about to tell you. Skylar Vision is going live in a few minutes from the wagon train surrounding the hippie squatter camp and has managed to somehow land an exclusive interview with the King of the Cowboys.
Isn't that the same guy that interviewed an alien from a top-secret underground facility during Sweeps Week last year?
Fine. Suit yourself and confront the Cowboys in the heat of the uprising on their own turf for taking your wife prisoner. But you're going to miss the Skylar Vision live stream. Besides, I'm sure the Disco Rebellion will be long forgotten once OB takes the stage.
Oh my, I wonder what could be taking OB so long. They said they were leaving the hotel over a half hour ago.
A masterful crowd manipulator indeed, Captain. Surely then the people will restore unity and get back together for the Scratch Master OB feature performance. I do hope he arrives soon.
Can I suggest we stay focused with our backs to the wall and take this opportunity to study our opponent's motivation to gain insights into a strategy to move forward in combating dissension within the ranks of the fun-loving masses?
Yes, we are bound to gain insight when we hear from the King of the Cowboys in the Skylar Vision exclusive interview from behind the wagon train.
The ramp is ready, but I'm still waiting for my tricycle to get back from the custom shop with the new modifications so I can start practicing.
I saw your pre-show stadium dive. Why would you jump over a truckload of holiday trailers on a tricycle?
It's for the grand reopening of a shopping plaza in a sleepy town that's experiencing a short-term economic boom right now.
Quiet. Did you hear something? There is someone approaching the hippie squatter camp.
I didn't hear anything, but okay. I can see you're busy. I'll let you get back to your perimeter patrol. I don't want to be late for the Cowboy Council meeting.
Halt. Stay rider there. Rider. What is your focus here?
Relax, Gabby. I have an appointment with the king of the cowboys. He has agreed to an exclusive interview during my live feed from behind the wagon train.
Alright, Skylar. You can pass, and Skylar, if we run into each other in the reserved seating area of the lounge after the featured performance, perhaps we can still share a taxi back to the hotel?
Perhaps. I will think about it.
Eddie baby, you really know how to get jiggy on the dance floor. I'll tell you what, let's go find a quiet corner near the bar where we can catch the Skylar Vision live feed on the monitor while we cool down.
Hello, and welcome everyone. If you are a new subscriber and this is your first live feed, I love you. I love all of my followers. Thank you for your support. Like, share, be respectful to the chat monkey, and yes, comment, subscribe and browse the merch. A breaking story still developing at the Rome rebuilt theme park tonight as the fun-loving crowd appears divided with no hope of reconciliation in sight. In an exclusive interview from behind the wagon train, campaign to understand better the grievance and demand of the defecting populace. I'm at the source behind the heart of the uprising with the king of the cowboys. Your Majesty, thank you so much for taking time to speak with me tonight. I know you are busy. I would like to know if you see a resolution to the divide and what unity will look like if the uprising is successful. But first, let me ask you something many of my followers have been asking themselves since the revolution began to gain support within the nucleus of the fun-loving masses. A personal question. Your Majesty, why are you so strongly opposed to disco? To have caused an uprising at the pavilion party. Your Majesty, why here and why now?
Okay, I haven't got a lot of time for questions, but let me put it this way. I went to the school of hard knocks. And back then, everyone loved the new sound, whether it was surf or rockabilly, easy listening, or, well, you get the idea. Back then, some would even go to the opera. Then disco swept in, and we were all swept in with it. It took my daddy, and it took my mama, too. After the tidal wave, we were left with nothing but polyester leisure suits and impractical footwear, and I just don't want to see that happen again.
Your Majesty, you brought up an interesting point. I don't think many will argue that people really don't go to the opera like they did before the disco phenomenon. You are the king of the cowboys. What resolutions do you feel are in order that would safeguard the fun-loving masses from experiencing a tragedy like you and your family experienced in the first wave over 50 years ago?
This isn't at all what I imagined it would be like when I agreed to a TV-style interview locked behind an internet paywall. And quite frankly, I'm finding you to be a mite long-winded for me to get my message out. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time for questions. If I were you, I would take your interview over to the captain. The ball is in his court now anyway.
Just one more question. Your Majesty, what do you mean when you say the ball is in the captain's court?
Simply put, and the truth be told, if the captain really wanted harmony, he would have responded to my email, itemizing the grievances and listing the demands as stated by the Cowboy Council and reviewed by my advisory committee before I gave it my cyber stamp.
The king was right. He really was long-winded. And now that everyone knows the captain isn't willing to negotiate, the cowboys will gain even more support.
You're sure, Guy? I wonder what kind of lame excuse the captain will have for not even responding to their grievances.
Oh, here it is. I found it. The Royal Council of the Cowboys on behalf of the king. It was in my spam folder.
Well done, Captain. Just skip past the grievances and get to the part about what they want.
Oh my, the list is long. Maybe I should just print it out for everyone to read at their leisure. Here we are. The captain will be relieved. He said to use the red door to the express elevator that will take us directly to your backstage dressing room.
It will be nice to see the captain again. I haven't seen him since the funhouse this afternoon. Frank, did you eat the last pickled egg?
What are you talking about? I don't even like pickled eggs.
Never mind, I see it. That's strange. I wonder how it got there. I was already buckled in when you opened the jar. I suppose we will have to swing by the hotel, so I can change my suit.
Betty baby, this is absolutely wild. I really didn't expect the night to turn out like this, and things are just getting started. I always wanted to be a real cowboy. I have an idea. Just for kicks, let's crash the bonfire and get word on the cowboy grievances. Oh, by the way, where do you stand on the revolution?
You missed a riveting interview while you were out on perimeter patrol. Our noble king deflected some hard-hitting questions and then chewed up that nosy interweb reporter with a spin that put the whole issue into perspective, and the responsibility right where it belongs, squarely on the shoulders of the non-responsive captain, insulting us for demanding cake by throwing out crumbs with his subtle genre shift. By gum and by golly, he's playing with fire, considering that as of yet, there's no headline act on site.
Very well. And where is our prisoner?
Good question. The posse just brought her back from her supervised visit to the ladies' room before we all settled in for the live feed news transmission. She must have escaped during the broadcast. I'll tell you what, you can have my marshmallows and I'll go investigate while the trail is still warm.
I told Dad not to get involved, but you know how stubborn he is. Now he's upstairs joining the resistance and wants to form a disco alliance with the dance floor diehards. Tell me, Flo, it must have been terrifying to be ransomed by cowboys. You must be glad to be back here where it's safe and be flattered by the heroic actions of your protective husband in his brave and calculated rescue mission.
Actually, no, Chuck. Being abducted on the dance floor and bound to a railroad track behind the wagon train was probably the most exciting experience I've had around here in a long time. It would have been better if they didn't have me all tied up, but at least I got out of the basement long enough to get a breath of fresh air.
Skylar, you were amazing, and the camera glasses gave the broadcast a very sophisticated and edgy look.
Thank you, Abby. It was by far my most demanding interview to date. The king of the cowboys was difficult to pin in a corner. Next time, I will condense my sentences and prompt a response sooner with a secondary question already ready in mind. But right now, I must prepare to go live from the hot dog bunker and urge a response from the captain. Hot dog bunker and urge a response from the captain. The hot dog bunker.
Alright then, you can let me out of the cage anytime now. I should have listened to your dad. I didn't have to read past the first 2 pages of their demands to realize what a deceptive cult they really are.
Sorry, doll, it's not that simple. You will have to go through the deprogramming, just like Buddy did when he defected. Captain, perhaps we can use the cowboys' own literature to sway the masses.
I was thinking the same thing. If the fun-seeking majority realizes that with the cowboys in charge, every third song will be sad, and they will be subjected to harmonica solos intermittently, with a standard ratio cap concerning fiddles and steel guitar in the background, the moderate supporters of the uprising are bound to join the diehards upstairs.
Co-signing the loan for Buddy's truck forced me out of retirement after Buddy's transport company missed a half dozen or so payments, and I've been on the shopping mall circuit ever since. Are you even listening, Sally? Never mind, I hear someone coming. Halt! State your purpose under the authority of the king of these parts.
Knock it off. You can cut out the act. I defected just like Buddy, and to earn trust in the resistance, I'm raising awareness about the bureaucratic processes involved in the King's statement of demand and the threat to genre-specific gatherings it imposes.
Okay then, I'd just whisper to the moderates at first and let the pitch gain some momentum to get the ball rolling, but everyone has their own style.
Interview? I don't know, Skylar. I'm really busy right now.
We can hold the fort down for a while, Captain, and a live interview will be an opportunity to appeal to the masses.
Yes, and to expose the royal order of the cowboys for the bureaucratic and manipulative colonizers they really are.
Listen, Skylar, you're a very ambitious young man. I've just had so much on my mind lately. It's not just the uprising. I've been under a lot of pressure. Don't even let me get started about my dad. You have a bright career ahead of you, and I'd love to give you an interview. You have a bright career ahead of you, and I'd love to give you an interview. There's just so much going on right now. I had to take a time out in the treehouse this afternoon just to try to sort things out.
The treehouse, Captain?
Yeah, in my backyard.
Oh, yeah, the treehouse.
Can I tell you something, Skylar?
Of course, Captain. I'm all ears.
I decided I'm not going to let my dad push me around anymore. If he wants to cancel the ribbon cutting last minute because he can only get replacement tubes for the 5G attenuator on back order from Russia, he will have to improvise his own venue next time.
The 5G, Captain?
Foundational Inflationary Process Generator. And I feel like such an idiot. Abby was practically throwing herself at me since the pancake breakfast this morning, and I was so excited about the soft opening I didn't even realize until it was too late. I don't even know what I would say. Oh, and come Monday I have to let a guy go, one of our executive staff members, after our insurance company informed Dad of some recent medical claims, and some litigation on behalf of the Club of Rome in a civil liability matter. I really don't like when I have to fire people, and to top it off, I happen to know he's going through hard times and has been with family members grieving the recent loss of the family pet the latter half of the week.
Well, thank you, Captain, for speaking to me so candidly. I appreciate your comments.
Oh, hey, Skylar, thank you for taking the time to listen, but you'll have to excuse me for a bit. I need to take a trip to the little boys' room. I think I should have stopped at 3 hot dogs after dinner.
We were both swept in by the disco wave earlier. Then we caught the King's interview, and decided to take in the fireworks while we got some fresh air by the bonfire. I always wanted to be a cowboy when I was a kid, but after college, my cousin Jack got me into inventory accounting and general supply maintenance. Everything from paper clips and pencils to the staff copy and toilet paper.
Staff copy and toilet paper.
I've arranged your boarding pass for the 3 o'clock launch, so there will be plenty of time for the diesel club before the low orbit ride.
That will be fine. I think we lost the captain and the gal with that big friendly smile.
Yes, OB, we will try to catch up in the funhouse after you read the teleprompter.
This little bit here. Alright, I'll have a go at it. Cheers. Scratch Master here. I have a gig later tonight as the feature entertainer at the Pavilion Party in the Party Pavilion, and I hope to see you there. But before I tour the funhouse, on behalf of the Rome Rebuilt Theme Park, I want to sincerely thank you for watching to the end. Okay then, I heard good things about the Atomic Toad. Frank, do you want to go there on the way to the bumper boats, or should we just go straight to the roller coaster?
Oh, I'm glad I got that out. I feel much better now.